Hello, everybody, and welcome to the historic Quikasham Club in Fall River, Massachusetts. I'll tell you what, man, nothing like giving life to old buildings, right, Chief? Yeah, I mean, you can't do that. We're rocking and rolling. We got the Hurricane Studios in Bedford Street, Billy's Cafe, and now our first remote in forever at the historic Q Cup Lounge. I don't know, this place has to be 100 years old. One of the amazing, older than that? Yeah, I'm sure. One of the places here in Florida that is just iconic as far as the architecture, the people who have been in and out of this building. It is. It's truly. I mean, we got an antique bowling alley behind me as well. We got the manager Dave Costa, who has been unbelievable to us since we got here. Of course, the owner Dan Silva has done all he can to keep this building live and vibrant. And we're here today, okay, for the Bruins and the Canadians to tell you a little about this place and also to announce the man to the right of me's new show, 108 Stitches. My main man, my brother from another mother, Quinn Fenno from New Bedford, former 14th round draft pick of the Boston Red Sox. If you know baseball, you know Quinn. Why is it 108 stitches, Quinn? Tell me why.
That's 108 stitches in a baseball, Michael.
That's right, and this guy could see every single one of them coming.
Well,
believe me, ask Richie Kitchen. Rick Kitch, I'm sorry I had to do that to you, my man. But my man, he could see him too. Believe me when I tell you. But it's a great day. We're here for the Bruins and the Canadians, okay? Come on down. We start at 6. The Bruins game starts at 7, and we're going to be here for the grand opening. David, when is that grand opening you got coming on down here? Middle of March. You're going to love that date, right? The middle of March. How about the Ides of March? Was that March 11th, Chief? You're a historian. The 15th. Hey, that's the BC education coming through right there. But we're happy to announce Quinn's show, 108 Stitches, coming to us 3 to 4 times a month. You know how the podcasts do it. Around 6 o'clock on Tuesdays. Okay, but he's going to be in the studio tomorrow with us. We got Oil Can Boyd, one of the most controversial figures ever to play for the Boston Red Sox. Okay, we got Oil Can Boyd. Is it fair for me to say, okay, we're going to ask Quinn, we're going to ask our special guest, Dana Connor, here, and all the baseball guy, sports guy for sure from New Bedford. But is it fair to say that Oil Can Boyd was one of the original bad boys of sports?
absolutely.
And I don't mean that as a diss. I don't mean that to talk junk about the dude. But he played the game much differently than you were accustomed to seeing it back then. I played baseball in Little League and Senior League, and I was a good baseball player. But obviously, you know what happens if 4 other guys play derby basketball, and that's a wrap. Okay, it was a business. It was a job. But the baseball has 100 different codes and ethics and with it. And it seems like when Oil Can came up, he kind of threw that stuff aside and, hey, good guy, okay? From what you can hear, a decent teammate. But the way he carried himself is much different. Quinn, you say you know a little bit about Oil Can. Why don't you give tomorrow's show a tease and tell us what we can expect from him tomorrow?
Well, Oil Can was one of my favorite pitchers when I was growing up.
Sure.
In high school, he was the first one that I saw with some swagger. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure your father and my father and all of our fathers can tell us some pitchers with some swagger back in the 50s and 60s. But Oil Can, to me, I used to mimic him in pitching. He was the first one that talked a little bit of crap on the way back
talk to
from the
himself,
mound
talk to the
the
opposing
dugout.
bench, talk to his teammates. He talked to everybody.
But I have a little Oil Can. I say at his house in Winnehaven.
Yeah.
He had a friend by the name of Zap that used to watch his house when he went up to Fenway.
Sure.
And we were down there for spring training. And Oil Can would have us over, and not only was he a great pitcher, he was a good guy. And Oil Can, he didn't throw 95. Oil Can threw 90,
Sure.
91. He moved it up and down, left and right.
Yeah.
Changed speeds.
Sure.
But a lot of people have an opinion about Oil Can. Oil Can is a good person.
Sure.
And he took care of us. And one thing about the minor leagues is you find out who your friend is very soon. And
Yeah, of course.
Can always took care of
Because it's
all
like
the minor leaguers.
it's like the rich and the nameless, right? I mean, you got guys making huge money, and then baseball's got you by the balls, right? You guys aren't making good money. You're down there away from home. So when a veteran like that doesn't happen every day when a veteran reaches out like that, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Dana, what do you know about Oil Can Boy? Why don't you tell us your Oil Can?
What I'd say about Oil Can is just like Pedro Martinez, he had a little flavor to him.
Sure.
You know, he's flamboyant, threw from all different arm angles.
Every pitch was like his last pitch. You know what I mean? He put so much heart and soul into every pitch. I mean, the guy, he wore it. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely, and you know, he wasn't a big guy either. He was a small guy, and like Quinn said, he could bring it up there at 95 miles per hour with a nasty hook threw from different arm angles. A really competitive guy.
Yeah.
And
competitive is the word. That if you want to use a buzzword to actually describe him, would be competitiveness. You nailed it right on the money.
Absolutely, no doubt. And you know, and I think Pedro Martinez took some of Oil Can with him because if you watch Pedro, he had that same fire, that same competitiveness.
Not many athletes were allowed to behave that way. It was like it was before the look at me generation. It was before the Dennis Rodmans. It was before the Terrell Owens. It was before that. I mean, you know, baseball was a game that closely guarded those small idiosyncrasies about not showing somebody up and doing this and doing that and it being a gentleman's game and all of that. And, you know, Oil Can, you know, kind of threw that caution to the wind. And I think,
Flamboyant used to say, "Look at me."
yeah.
Flamboyant, 'cause that was how he was.
That's how he was. You're absolutely right, Chief.
That's who he was.
That's who he was. And
That was heart and soul.
we're going to try to find out what that meant. Now, I believe he was from Mississippi growing up, right? Am I right about that?
Absolutely, he's from
Quinn,
Mississippi.
do you remember where he grew up at all?
I think it was Biloxi, wasn't it?
Sure.
And then he ended up buying a home in Winter Haven where he resided for
Yeah.
most of his playing career.
Sure. Well, he's in studio. The public's invited. We got food from Marzilli's going to be there. Check Quinn out. Dana's going to be there. Don't remember 108 Stitches coming to Mike Herren's Podcast City next Tuesday. They're going to kick it off. It's going to be a great show. And this guy is, my man Quinn and Dana are the tip of the spear as we dive into a Red Sox season that has a lot of unknown, a lot of mystery, and a lot of people scratching their heads. But tonight, it is about the Bruins and the Canadians. Do you remember Fred Cusack and John Pearson? One of the greatest rivalries in all of professional sports. We got the game live at the Q Club, 7 p.m. We're down here for the hour before. Bring your cigars, bring your boys, bring your girls. We're going to do a big down here tonight at the Q Club. I am the Hurricane. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we're going to go through a little bit of the Bruins-Canadians rivalry, and we're going to talk some Red Sox and a local prospect by the name of Jared Schuster from the Bedford, who's doing big things at Wake Forest. We're going to take a commercial break.
Absolutely.
We'll be back right now. Mike Herren's Podcast City. You know what's up.
Another summer has passed, and once again, your dream of having a pool in your backyard has come and gone. Right now is the time to make sure it doesn't happen again. Call Apollo Pools and Spas now and lock your date in for the pool you have always wanted, for you, your family, and friends to enjoy. Don't wait another minute. Call Matt Collins at Apollo Pools and Spas at 508-923-7381. 508-923-7381. Apollo Pools and Spas is located on Route 44, Lakeville, Mass. In today's day and age, security isn't a luxury, it's a must. That's why it's time you call Total Security Technology. Whether you're protecting your house from a break-in or package poachers, or protecting your business from vandals or thieves, Total Security Technology will help prevent the crime from happening or catch the criminal in the act with their state-of-the-art security system. Call the area's foremost security expert, Scott Bazinet, at Total Security Technology for a consult. Call Scott at 401-297-7982. That's 401-297-7982. Quality counts at Highland Fence. Highland Fence has been keeping neighbors friendly and protecting your businesses for 31 years. That's 31 years of serving Southeastern Mass and Rhode Island. Whether it's residential or commercial, Highland Fence's reputation is second to none. Remember, quality counts at Highland Fence. Call Highland Fence at 508-678-4650. 508-678-4650.
You're close enough. You don't have to hold it.
Sure.
Because you sound good on that.
He does. Hello, everybody, and welcome back, man. I am Hurricane. Get it right. You know how to spell my name, motherfucker? I'm going to tell you right now. Herren. You can call me Mike. You can call me Michael. You can call me Hurricane and Big Mike, but do not call me Mikey. Welcome to the Q Club. We got my man Dave Costa in the building.
Don't call him late for dinner.
And don't call me late. Hey, don't call you late for dinner either, there, skinny. All right? Don't call you late for dinner either, because I'm usually buying it. We got the Boston Bruins and the Canadians here at the historic Q Club. And back in the day, fellas, when I was a kid, okay, where you going? Oh, yeah, you got to go. I know. You got to go. So listen, so back in the day, the Bruins and Canadians were one of the biggest rivalries in all the sports, okay? But we had less options. We didn't have the ESPN. We didn't have Hockey Night in America. We had that. We had 38. And my memories of the Bruins and Canadians were my father and my uncles and my grandfather making me hold the rabbit ears so they could see it through the snow, okay? That's how we watched sports back then, okay? And the Canadians used to own the Bruins. It's not so much anymore. But lifetime average, they have been a rivalry since 1924, one of the original six, okay? But the Canadians lead 363 to 277 with 113 ties. An amazing, a great rivalry.
And a lot of fights.
And a lot of fights. And Stan Jonathan and Terry O'Reilly and
Chris Nyland.
And Claude Lemieux and a young Patrick Roy and an old Ken Dryden and Gay Lafleur, and we go on and on and on. But it's an amazing rivalry. Two iconic franchises going at it again. The Garden will be on fire tonight. If we get somebody to check out what the cheapest ticket in the building is, I mean, you know, Bruins and Canadians always a big seller. That is for sure. With the Bruins, they're led by Pasternak, Marchand, Bergeron.
Best line in NHL.
Best line in NHL. They have the best record in the NHL. They're the deepest in the NHL. So let me ask you a question, Quinn and Dana. Do you expect them to get to the Stanley Cup Finals again?
I absolutely do. I think they have a great team this year. Very well coached. More than one line too. They have three good lines.
Yeah.
Krejci's a player. Charlie Coyle's a player.
Yeah.
Defense is really good. Goaltending is outstanding. Probably the best in the NHL.
So let me interrupt you there for a second. But why am I watching Mike Felger? Why am I watching Tony Maserati? Why is everybody giving Tuukka Rask a hard time? Because he lost Game 7. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Like, okay, you're home, you're Game 7. We're going to bequeath you the title. You know, they're another $500 million franchise themselves, using all their resources to beat you. How can people give Tuukka a hard time?
Me, myself, I don't understand it at all. He's a great goaltender.
Sure.
And, you know, I think it has a lot to do with him not winning a cup yet. They lost to Chicago a few years back.
Sure.
Tim Thomas won in 2011.
Sure.
So I think it's you got to win the big one. And,
But they don't hand it out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You got to earn it.
You got to take it.
Right.
It's not giving it you. You got to win it. You got to take it from somebody. You got to win it. And sometimes that don't happen. Sometimes, look at Dan Marino. We got Charles Barkley. We can go through the list of names in sports of great players that have never won. But that doesn't mean that they're underperforming.
They got to tighten up their defense.
Tell me why.
Well, I'll tell you why, because I've lost about 8 bets with them this year. I'm sitting here with no pants on. I can't afford pants. They've lost maybe 8 or 9 sudden death matches.
Yeah, they're terrible in overtime, right?
Awful.
And penalty shots, right?
I mean, I think they've lost 11 games this year. Is that correct?
In overtime, we're gonna find out right now.
11, just a regular, just 11. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
We got our crack stat man in the building, Brian Damaris. Can we find out how many extra time losses the Bruins have this year, if possible? What?
We have 11.
The Q is on 12. The Q is on the money. And let me tell you something, ladies. He's got pants on. Trust me. I love him. But I wouldn't let him sit this close to me if he didn't have pants on. I'd make him move at least another 6 inches over. But yeah, it's the Bruins. It's the Canadians. It is as big a rivalry as it gets in the National Hockey League. We're going to be at the historic Q Club. My man, Mr. Casa, just walked in the building. We're going to keep his first name nameless to get into it. We got my man, the Chief, in the place. We got Dave Costa, Dan Silver is the owner. This place is alive and open. $50 memberships. You can smoke cigars. Come on down. Let's keep the history alive in Fall River, Massachusetts. When we get back, we're going to talk more about the Bruins and Canadians. We're going to step into spring training because today is when pitchers and catchers report. And guess what? The Red Sox finally have an interim manager. What does that mean? That's why we're going to ask the man who owns the 108 Stitches podcast. Starting Tuesday, my man Quinn Fenno from NB, the Secret City. We'll be back right after this.
My house and my property are the biggest investment that my husband and I have ever made. That's why, after a bad storm destroyed our deck, I called Gemini Home Improvement. They gave us a fair estimate, were professional, and most importantly, they did a great job. I highly recommend Gemini Home Improvement. If you are looking to fix your roof, vinyl siding, or decking, call Gemini Home Improvement.
Call Gemini Home Improvement at 401-309-7092. That's 401-309-7092. They make your vision come true. It's what they do. Gemini Home Improvement.
Do you want to feel radiant, beautiful, and confident? Do you want to feel 10 years younger? Come to Spa Number 5, the Face Fox, located at 580 Wood Street in Bristol, Rhode Island. From Botox fillers to laser fillers and top-of-the-line skincare, Spa Number 5 has all you need to feel beautiful again. Go to spa-5.com or visit us at 580 Wood Street in Bristol, Rhode Island. Take advantage of all our fall specials happening now. Spa Number 5, the Face Fox. Party Dress Express is your one-stop shop for a dress for any occasion. Whether it's a prom, a graduation, a special night on the town, or your wedding. Party Dress Express has over 15,000 dresses in stock and prices to fit any budget. Party Dress Express is located at the Tower Mill, 657 Quarry Street in Fall River, Mass. Open 7 days a week. Call Party Dress Express at 508-677-1575. That's 508-677-1575.
Welcome, everybody, live from the Historic Q Club. We didn't use a green screen, man, because, this place, it sells El Natural, right? You got the brick, over 100 years old. You got the granite, over 100 years old. You got the bowling alley, over 100 years old. You got Chief Lynch, over 100 years old. But we stuck that one. We stuck that one by the goalie. Let's hope the Bruins can stick a few by the goalie tonight. But it's one of the oldest rivalries. That's why we're here. It's the Bruins versus Canadians, man. It is an old school rivalry at its finest. And we're going to be here. We're going to be talking about it till around 5 or 7, and then we get down there and watch the game. Come on down. We got some people coming down here tonight. People coming around 6:30, 7 o'clock. Looking forward to it, that's for sure. But let's talk about the Red Sox.
Let's do it.
Pitchers and catchers report today.
Correct.
We have an interim. Can somebody get me the Webster's Dictionary of interim?
Yeah, you might be there for about another 5 days.
All right. Interim. Okay, so with the interim tag on the manager, with them trading 2 players who Mookie Betts, there's not a Red Sox fan alive that should complain about anything he's ever done. Okay? We need to shake that man's hand, tip our cap to him, and let him go. Okay? David Price, kind of a pain in the ass in the clubhouse. Didn't perform like we expected, but still won some very big games for the Boston Red Sox. So we start the season without without the lefty Price. We start the season without Mookie Betts. We start with an interim manager. Tell me why Red Sox fans can't say, well, maybe this is just an interim season, right? Interim means just keep my fingers crossed. In the interim, I'll just keep my fingers crossed. In for the intervening period, provisional or temporary are the key words. Now, let me ask you a question. Thank you very much, Chief. Why shouldn't Red Sox fans just think, this is a half-ass way to start the season. The season's going to be a half-ass season. They've been fed. They got, 4 World Series titles in the last so many years. Mm-hmm. They're going to keep coming as long as they keep on playing Sweet Caroline and the rest of that bullshit. The Pink Hacks are going to keep showing up. Why should the fan not think the Red Sox have kind of going into the season with kind of like half-stepping?
Well, first of all, it starts with the head coach on the interim. I mean, what does that mean?
I just read it to you. Provisional, temporary.
I mean, two things. Hein Bloom, who's the general manager or head of operations for baseball, comes in and says that we're going to have Ron Renicky coach his team. I think maybe for structure.
Yeah.
So they can go to spring training with some structure. But here's the thing. There's 2 things about Renicky. One is, if you knew anything about what was going on with Cora,
he don't belong there.
Or the Red Sox were doing, he doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
Because my question is, how come Cora's not there? Major League Baseball hasn't come out with the investigation yet, but
if he doesn't know what Cora was doing, he's an idiot.
And the second thing is, if he's a bench coach, he doesn't know what his players are doing.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, how gullible and naive is this guy?
Sure.
I don't think the guy should be there, period. But I think he's there because of structure. He could be gone next week. Bottom line is he might be there for 1 year. And then, listen, if this investigation comes out and Cora's not part of what the Red Sox did last year, or they can't find anything, he might be back.
Sure. Now, let me ask you a question, right? How does that play in a locker room when you say the guy is just there for structure? At the end of the day, he's got to fill out that lineup card. He's got to make decisions on who comes up and who goes down, okay? He has one of the most high-profile jobs in the world.
Well,
the Fenway Group, Quinn, $6.1 billion. Now, I know Liverpool's part of that and there's other things going on, but their flagship property is the Boston Red Sox.
Sure.
Okay? We can't get a coach a week before, a pitchers and catchers report.
I just think
that's insane to me.
I just think this whole year is just kind of, the problem is they still have talent.
Yeah.
It was awful to see Mookie go, but here's the thing with Mookie. They weren't going to sign him.
No.
They weren't going to sign him for $400 million. They were going to sign him for 10 or 12 years, which I thought was crazy anyway. But here's the thing. They got 2 or 3 good kids for Mookie.
We're going to get into that in a little bit. Because when I called you about the trade, you said, Mike, this trade isn't necessarily a bad deal. I'm like, everybody's going crazy about it being a bad deal. Yeah. And you're going to put your spin on that in a minute, okay, when we get back. But let's just finish up on this interim nonsense. Dana, what kind of messages for the players? Is this going to be something that we're going to be angry about and talking about in August when the Red Sox are 7 or 8 games back and struggling to in a wild card race and underperforming?
My feeling on the interim thing is they're just waiting for the investigation to follow through, and so they hired this guy, like you said, to keep it, to keep everything.
So I call him interim though.
I didn't get that either. So just make him the manager.
What if you're a press secretary? Okay.
Right.
What value does it do your ball club or your hire or your team to hang the interim tag on him?
I couldn't agree more. Laying that interim tag on him it's just for me it just doesn't work. And it doesn't work for the players. It doesn't work for the fan base. And it doesn't work at all. Just make him your manager. If he's your guy, make him your guy.
Right. And you handcuffing him, aren't you, a little bit?
definitely he's
Before the
handcuffed
season
because
starts?
he doesn't know if he's going to be out the door, like Quinn said, in a week when the report comes out. If he's been involved with like Cora or involved in some of that cheating, the cheating stuff, and it's not good.
Yeah.
And you know something, Michael? I think they've been on the phone with the commissioner. I think the commissioner is told them
Sure.
the organization a little bit.
Cora looks okay, maybe.
What way he's going.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Otherwise,
Should the commissioner give him a heads up? He does work for the owners, right?
well, I don't think you should tell them everything before the public knows. But
Sure.
I guarantee you they know something.
Sure. Now let's get back to where you were going, Quinn, with this, okay? Everybody's talking about this trade. You know, we weren't going to pay Mookie. We didn't know if Mookie wanted to be here anyway. But hey, listen, that's professional sports today. Mookie Betts doesn't owe the Red Sox anything. He under-promised and over-delivered his entire career at the Red Sox. Do you agree with that, Quinn?
Absolutely. I mean, he's one of those players. He's a Ken Griffey.
Yeah.
He's a Bonds. He's a Trout. He's one of those players that you see every 40 years, 50 years.
Sure.
He's a 6'2" player.
Yeah.
People say 5'2".
All right, give me the sixth one.
Attitude.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
So you
Love it,
have
yeah.
so you have the average. You have the power. You have the running. You have the throwing. You
Yeah.
have the defense.
Yeah, of course.
The sixth one.
And,
is-
and maybe
is
the most important.
Well, because you can have a 5'2" player
Sure.
who's a dick.
Yeah, of course. You can have Jadeveon Clowney. You can have 1,000 guys that don't produce.
Look, I mean,
that
look at
$1
AB.
million.
Look
Yeah.
at AB. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
but I mean, the attitude, and he's a good kid.
Yeah. And he plays hard, and he brought a World Series here, and Mookie, we love you, my man. We love you, but like it's time
It's
to
tough
go.
to see him go. It's tough to see him go.
He's going to a great place in the Dodgers, and they're spending that money, man. They are spending that money, but so Mookie's not going to stay, right? We get rid of Rose contract, so we got to have some financial flexibility over the next couple of years to make some moves and restock the shelves, if you would, right?
Well, see, the luxury tax is at $208 million.
Yeah.
Sox are around 190, 195, and according to ownership, they don't want to go over that.
No.
So I don't know where I don't know where they're going to go. They have a foundation with Benintendi, Devers, Bogarts, JD Martinez. They got a good young catcher in Vasquez. They got a great center fielder in Bradley. But they have so much tied up in pitching. I mean, thank God they got rid of Price. But here's the thing with Price: they're still paying $48 million out of his $96 million.
Sure.
to the
Yeah,
Dodgers.
yeah.
Sales.
Imagine having to eat half the contract and people still saying it's not a bad deal.
Well, not only was he, I think, bad for the clubhouse, although the team liked him, but the fans didn't,
Yeah.
and the media didn't.
Him and Eckes, they got into it, right? The
yeah,
famous.
yeah, that was on the airplane there or whatever. But I don't know how, if this ownership doesn't want to go to luxury tax, which they made clear that they don't.
Now, how many
I don't know
times
how
out of the
they're gonna
last?
sign.
How many times? Maybe Brian, if you can help us with this in a little bit, we don't need it right away. But how many times have we gone over the luxury tax in the last 10 years? Maybe Dane, if you can get on your phone. And
Oh,
look at that.
I mean, the Red Sox probably last 4 or 5 years have gone
I
over.
went over it. Yeah,
Sure,
more than that, sure.
at least. I mean, look, there's about 4 or 5 teams in MLB.
In the arms race.
Yankees, the Cubs, Dodgers, Anaheim might be up there, Red Sox. But I think there might be only 2 this year that are going to be paying luxury tax, and that's the Yankees and the Cubs, right?
Yep. Tell us about some of the players that were brought in for this deal.
Well, Vertigo came in.
Dane, you get the breakdown of that somewhere?
He's a young kid,
Okay.
talented. Another kid by name of Jeter Downs, shortstop, and a catcher. All young talent. Certainly not like Betts, but they could come in right away. This kid Vertigo can come in right away and play right. Although they just signed Pilar today, so
Yeah, everybody's excited about this kid, Vertigo. Talk to me about him, Quinn. What's he do?
So Vertigo, from what I understand about him, he's got a
other than making me dizzy.
He's got
Yeah,
a
right.
plus arm in the outfield for sure. And if you look at his stats last year, he batted 294, 12 home runs,
Yeah.
40 plus RBIs in 106 games. If you project that over 162 games, you're looking at 20, 75 ribbies.
Sure.
And a young player, 23-year-old. And
So is there a chance, Quinn and Dana, is there a chance here that in 3 or 4 years we may be the ones laughing after this trade? I mean, is that can I
Yeah, I definitely think 3-4 years the Red Sox might be the winner in this trade.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how that plays out, but I believe they got a chance with the players they picked up.
How come we're not hearing more about that? Because is that under the average fan's IQ level for baseball? Where they want. Well, we're in a generation. We want it now. We want to see it now. We want to feel it now. We want to see the success. We want to see the numbers. And when that goes, the natural inclination is say, oh, they're selling the team off by parts. It's a salvage sale, But in reality, my man Quinn says it's probably the best move that they could make.
Absolutely, because Mookie was going to leave, like Quinn said. And right now, everybody's very emotional that Mookie left. And they're not looking at the players that we picked up. But if you get rid of the emotion and look at the players that were picked up, I think in 3-4 years, like you said, it's going to be a win-win for the Sox.
Quinn?
I think Vertigo is going to be playing next year for the Sox with the big league team. Downs, and is it Wong or Wang?
Wong.
They
Who
might
has
be a year or two
unbelievable
out.
power for a catch. Hit 27 home runs,
I believe it was 24.
I mean,
24 home runs in AAA.
Here's the thing.
82 RBIs.
This kid Bloom got put
24
into a
and
bad
82.
situation.
Yeah.
Coming in from Tampa, coming into the mess of the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And I think he got the best that he could get for for bets. No
Sure.
one wants to see him go, but he's gone.
Yeah.
And I think it was a pretty good trade. That having not that Mookie left.
Yeah, of course. But I know. I hear you. I mean, listen.
looking, at the end of the day.
Yeah, trades are a two-way street.
At the end of the day, I think it was ended up being good for the Sox.
Obviously, but like I said, like Sox Nation, man, chill a little bit. Like let this thing play out a little bit, because in 3 or 4 years, I got 2 baseball guys right here to the right of me that are saying this may be a good thing for the Red Sox. We won't know. Time will tell. Things can happen. Life can happen. Injuries can happen. Who knows? Okay? One thing I do know, I'm the Hurricane. We're at the Q Club. It's the Bruins and the Canadians. We're doing it big. My man Quinn is getting good at this. His man Dana, his right-hand man, is getting the job done. We got James on the wheels of steel. We got my man Desmo back there. We're getting ready to do it big. It's the Bruins and the Canadians at 6:30. We got about another hour left up here. We're in like the Eagles' nest of the Q Club lounge here. The antique bowling alley behind me. We got the cigar room right there. Pool table. We got it all, man. We're the Hurricane. We'll be back right after this.
Life around here can be hard. Money's tight, unemployment's high, and sometimes opportunity seems too far away. You work hard and often. At times, you might not have the time or the energy to fight. The insurance companies in corporate America have endless resources and their pockets are full, and they don't fight fair. That's why when it comes to your legal matters, you need someone who's fought them and won over and over again. Someone who's going to take it personally, not get intimidated, not get bullied or pushed around for an early or unjust settlement. My record is proven. The results are clear. Let me and my firm fight for you when you need it most.
At Excel Recycling, we want to turn your trash into cash today. That's right, cash money immediately for your old appliances, old automobiles, metal wire, and scrap salvage. Excel has 3 locations in the South Coast. 17 Hill Road in New Bedford, 37 Charlotte White Road in Westport, and 15 Ridge Hill Road in Asona. Nobody will pay you more than Excel. At Excel Recycling, we want to turn your trash into cash. Come see us again at 17 Hill Road in New Bedford, 37 Charlotte White Road in Westport, and 15 Ridge Hill Road in Asona.
KB Glass Company can cover all your needs. Commercial, residential, storefronts, glass replacements, custom showers, and mirrors. Whether it's for your business or your home, KB Glass is your one-stop shop for all your glass needs. Call KB Glass at 508-677-7179 or 401-639-2716.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Whoa, that's the fire. That fire's coming to you. That's Shelly Pereira coming to you Thursday night, 7 o'clock, I believe. 7:30. She's coming on with Erica Scapachico. We're growing by the day. We got 108 stitches with my man Quinn Fenno. Why 108 stitches for a baseball podcast? 108 stitches because that's how many stitches are in a baseball. And believe me, he's seen them all. We're with his main man, Dana Connor. In the building, we're talking about the Red Sox and the new manager, the interim. I don't know why they tagged that on his name. Listen, he could have been interim in that inner circle, and nobody could have known. Isn't that better than going out in public and letting them savages feed the Boston media savages red meat, and they're like hanging like interims, like putting like 10 pounds of T-bone on a guy's neck in a pit bull cage in Boston. I mean, why? It doesn't make sense. But let's talk about some guys that you two think might have good years for the Red Sox this year.
Well, I mean, Bogarts is a stud. Bogarts is going to have a good year. He's going to bat third every day, play shots up, obviously. Devers seems like he's going to be a great major leaguer. Still have JBJ in center. Benintendi, I'm expecting to have a good year. Better than last year. He kind of came out of the box, real quick. Slowed down a little bit last year. Chavis.
Yeah.
Second base.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a good year for him. I mean, Vasquez, the catcher. The problem is pitching. Now, say what you want about Price. At times last year, he might have been the best pitcher on the team.
Sure.
Sale is kind of a question mark with his injuries. Evaldi's a question mark with his injuries. Erod probably had the best year last year.
He'll be here every night.
I think.
I think that. So do I.
Their bullpen is a question mark. I think they're going to struggle. I think they put it on this guy Renicky to struggle, and I think they're just chalking this year up. To be honest with you, I think they're going to hit. I don't know if the pitching's going to be there. I mean, what do you think, Dan?
Well, we still don't have a closer either.
Yeah.
I mean, who we
And
gonna
that was the magic word last year.
Workman,
I like Workman, but I don't know if he's I wouldn't say he's a traditional closer. He's more of a curveballer. He's got a good fastball, 95 plus, but he's not a 99 plus.
Dana, let me hop in here.
Yeah.
But traditions are changing in sports, right?
right.
Tampa Bay starting off relief pitches.
Right.
The Houston Rockets are playing basketball without a guy over 6'6" in the lineup. Traditions, we have quarterbacks. We got the wing tee. We got the quarterback, the backup quarterback for the Saints who they're pitching at the ball like it's
Hill.
Oklahoma. You know,
Right.
the way of the game is changing a little bit, right?
Absolutely, no
Isn't
doubt.
it? Are you buying that change?
Yeah, I definitely think changes isn't a bad thing, and I can buy into a change. I'm not into the bullpen by committee though. I'll say that. I say I would like to have a
Bullpen by committee means we don't have a closer.
Yeah,
right?
If you got Bonds in the 8th and Workman in the 9th, and if that's going to work for us, then let's roll with it. But I'm not sure what we have there.
Before we transition again, we're going to go to a little bit of local baseball and college baseball in a little bit. But before we transition again, are the Red Sox going to make the playoffs?
No.
Dana, what do you think?
I don't think so. I would say no. I agree with Quinn.
Tampa Bay's up and coming team. Yankees. I have Yankees win the World Series. Tampa Bay's up there. You have. I mean, Cleveland's going to be good again. The Red Sox will not make the playoffs.
I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say a lot of this negative attention is going to bring guys. It's either going to bring them together, rip them apart. I'm going to go against the trend here. I'm going to say that they do surprise some people, and I think they have a good year, and I think they're going to give us a reason to like them. And I know Coach Lynch is inching closer because he hates the Red Sox and is a diehard Yankee fan. But we get to, did the Red Sox make the playoffs this year, Chief?
I hope they make the playoffs. Because there's nobody other team I'd rather see the Yankees play than the Red Sox. Right? We talk about the Bruins,
Yeah.
the Montreal,
Yeah.
big rivalry.
Yeah. Do you ever feel bad about being a Yankee fan? No.
Mike, you know how you became a Yankee fan?
I heard the story.
That I'm a devout Yankee fan.
Yeah.
So was my father.
Sure.
My father was born in 1909.
Oh, boy. Yeah, 1909.
He was growing up.
Yeah,
There was one radio station, no TV.
of course, yeah, yeah,
Kids these days don't understand.
sure,
There was one radio station come out of New York.
yeah.
And what do you think they broadcast?
Of course, the Yankees, and they were winning all kinds of World Series.
So I say, thank you a lot.
Yeah, they win all those World Series as well too. Yankees. Quinn said he thinks they're going to win the World Series this year.
The only thing, Paxton's on the shelf for about 3 or 4 months.
So
Probably they're going to be the third or fourth pitcher. I mean, they have Cole, Dominican kid's coming back this year.
They're loaded.
They're loaded.
what's up, my boy CC?
Oh,
CC's retired.
he's retired.
Yeah.
He's not going to come back for mid-July.
He's going to meet us at Allendale this summer.
CC's probably about 320 right now. I don't
What
know.
an athlete for a big guy like that, though. What
Great
an
athlete
athlete.
for a big
He's got
guy.
feet like a ballerina. He's got soft hands. That boy is a serious athlete.
Contract of all time.
That's right.
Tanaka's at fourth. I mean,
Do they retire his number, Chief? Do they retire Sebastian's number?
Though, because I think he deserves it.
Okay.
He's a
All right.
Yankee.
That's right.
He's got the spirit of a
Yep.
Yankee. He had a hot
bullpen stacked.
Yeah. Yankee GM, you hear that? Retire that number for my man CC.
Bullpen stacked. The second baseman might be the best young kid in the game.
Now, let me ask you another question. Okay, we got a young kid from New Bedford via Tabor, like a lot of the other young athletes are doing. Okay, he was one of the first to do it. He's now at Wake Forest. His name's Jared Schuster. He's a left-handed pitcher. I remember hearing about this kid when he was like in 7th and 8th grade. He was the next big thing. He's going to be a second, third, fourth round pick. Is that safe to say, Quinn?
Right
Dana
now, right, go ahead.
Dana knows a lot more about him than I do. I can tell you that he's a New Bedford kid.
Yeah,
Father and my father were friends. West End kid.
yeah,
New Bedford High for 1 year.
Yeah.
Finished off at Tabor. He's at Wake. Predictions right now, second, third round. I mean, he had one of the best summers for the
Down the Cape.
Cape Cod League.
sure.
Dana Connor can tell you a little bit more about him.
All right,
He's a stud.
Yes. So, Jared, I met Jared when he was 8 years old. His dad and myself played Little League baseball together,
Sure.
Pony League, right through high school. Always been friends. I've always followed Jared. His dad calls me daily
Sure,
to
yeah,
fill me in on Jared.
No, it's an exciting time for sure.
So like Quinn said, this, Jared struggled his first 2 years that week. The ACC is no joke.
Yeah.
What is it, 9 teams in the top
You
25 this
you
year?
ain't telling me anything I don't know.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, so
everything
that,
about the
and plus they
ACC.
play with aluminum bats.
Sure,
Okay, and
yeah.
so in the park he pitches in Couch Park at Wake, I think it's 301 down the lines.
Yeah.
Well, he struggled last year. He started off great, got ACC
Sure.
pitcher of the week twice.
Sure, yeah.
Early on, struck out 13 against Georgetown,
Yeah, yeah.
12 against I think it was Davidson, and then he fell off in the ACC. And it's at the end of the year he did very well.
Came back strong.
You saw him pitch against the Canes, Quinn's team
Yeah.
on TV. I remember.
That might be a trip we could sponsor from
Well,
Hurricane.
yeah. Well,
podcast
actually,
studio.
Wake's last series is at BC this year.
Awesome.
So that'll be good. But this summer for Orleans, his ERA 1.4, pitched 33 innings, 4-0 record, 36 Ks, 4 walks. Pitched in the All-Star game 1-2-3 with a K. Just totally dominated. But since he's worked out really hard in the offseason, now he's gone from a 90 to 92 guy with a plus change and a good breaking ball. Now he's 95, 96, just from getting physically stronger with the plus change and in a good breaking ball. And he's also throwing an overhand curveball this year as opposed to a slider.
Sure.
And he's interviewed with every major league team already.
What kind of money are you looking at if you're a second or third round pick?
Big money.
Yeah, and it's all slotted.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't tell you, off the top of my head.
About how much? Millions?
Second, third. I mean, first round kids now are making. They're in the millions.
Yeah.
Second, third round lefty, 94, 95.
Yeah.
Good curveball, changeup.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
It's going to be
500, 600, 700 grand.
500, 750,
at least.
somewhere in that area.
And what is the maturation process to the major leagues, you think? How long does that take?
Well, I think that depends on how you perform.
Yeah.
It's all based on performance. I mean, you can come out as a bonus with a high draft choice. You make a lot of money, signing bonus, whatever. You get slotted. But if you don't perform, then You know, it is what it is. And you could be an undrafted free agent and perform and do well. So it's all based on performance for sure.
And here's the thing, Michael. There's, it seems like everyone's coming out of the bullpen now throwing 95.
Yeah.
So there's hundreds of kids throwing 95 miles an hour.
How much does it increase your value if you're a left-handed out? Significantly, right?
Huge. For some reason, lefties seem to get it done more than righties. I don't know if it's because batters, as they grow up in Little League, in high school, or Pony League, or Legion, and even the minor leagues, they're seeing a lot more right-handed hitters. So when you have a lefty throwing gas from the left side, 95, and then coming with a slider, it just seems different. It's tougher.
Sure, I'll tell you what, man, we're looking forward to. I like to have a young man on the thing. It's very important that we promote our youth and young people that are doing well in setting the standard out there. I mean, it's no cupcake talking about playing in the ACC. I know it. Bryson Goodine knows it. Chris Herren Jr. knows it. Noah Fernandez knows it. Jared Schuster knows it, and hopefully your son Quinn is going to find out about it as well too, because that's what is most important. I am the Hurricane. We are here for the Bruins and the Canadians. We're signing off tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We got Oil Can Boyd, one of the original bad boys of baseball, coming into 663 Beverly Street at the studio. We got some food. Everybody is welcome to come. The Can Man tomorrow. We also have the Bird Club coming in. My man Brian Viena. So all some of the charities he's doing, the Street Art Festival. And then Erica Scapatico and Sully Pereira to close the night at 7:30. We are live from the Historic Q Club. Come down here. Watch the game with us. We'll be here. They're going to drive around back. We'll be here for a little while. Come down, hang out. Don't miss it. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Later.